So, hi, this is, whenever you're going to be watching this today, we're recording on October 26th, 2024. It's National Blue Ribbon Make a Difference Day. I made that up, okay? Because I'm Grandma Sparky. My real name is Helise Bridges, but everybody calls me Grandma Sparky. I am the first Lady of Acknowledgement and the founder of Blue Ribbons Worldwide. And our mission is uniting humanity through the power of love, one child, one community, one country at a time. We're here to basically uplift and unite and inspire people to live and dream and succeed. And I am the creator of the Who I Am Makes a Difference Blue Ribbon ceremony, which is kind of the unlocks the door to get into our personal development. We do programs for uh, Standing Strong Together, which you are a graduate of, community building leadership training. So we teach leaders, teens and adults how to advance human potential. But it all started with a blue ribbon. And by the way, we're at 50, way over 50 million people being impacted with the ribbon, touched by that message, but we're going for 1 billion people. And you're a part of that. This is wonderful. So let me introduce you to this amazing, glorious looking woman, Sandra Dee Robinson. And by the way, I love that you call yourself the charisma coach. I love
Well,
that.
that I was gifted that actually. Yeah.
When you're talking about owning that space for others, all right? Because what I want to say is while you while you're about personal branding so that people can show up, whether they're on television, whether they're on sales, whether they're building their companies, whether a budding entrepreneur, a seasoned entrepreneur, you're really giving them the kind of inner stage presence for them
Yeah.
to know who they are so that they can be branded. So every time they open up and speak and are in front of anybody at any time, that they feel safe. It's like they're being clothed from the inside out.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and I have never used the word charisma, but when you did that, there's an authenticity and a vulnerability that's wrapped inside of that. That means that when people are
Mhm.
really whole and complete. So I want
Yes.
you to say more about your business because it also involves um, uh, nature-based training
Yes.
retreats. Am I right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I think that's that your Holy Spirit.
Yes. So it's interesting that you said that. So everything, my mission, I believe, here on this planet is to reveal God's perfect design. And when I was a kid, it was animals and critters. I'd be running in with flowers and showing them to people, adults going, "Isn't this amazing?" And now it's people, but I still have that connection to nature because that has a way of bringing us back down into the moment if we will just sit in it for a bit. And a lot of the nature-based work that I do, as you referred to, has horses involved. There's something about the size of horses, I think, that just kind of finally captures our busy, socially crazed minds, and we're able to be in the moment. And so I do a lot of my retreats with the horses, and that's where that comes from. So I get to show people how magnificent they are once I get them into the moment, by putting them with an animal. It's really interesting. But I'd spend a lot of my time helping people understand that charisma actually is natural to everyone. Charisma to me isn't just for rock stars up on stage. It's actually who we are when we finally love ourselves enough to be able to stand in that authenticity. And as you do, you tell me you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you go, "You're awesome." I want everybody to feel like that. So my goal is to have people know how to tap into being their best self, like how they feel on their best day, and putting themselves out there like that. So there's a lot involved in what I do, but basically that's it. I just want to show people how awesome they really are so they can show up and make the biggest impact on the planet that they're here to make. because I think we all are here designed to do something special. You found your something special, and we are all a part of that. And the Blue Ribbon Ceremony helps so many of us in what our missions are that I think it's just incredible. And I'm so lucky to have met you, my friend.
It's delicious how we met. I want to just thank Lynn Sanders for putting it. I think Lynn Sanders connected us, and
So, yeah.
I'm going to be interviewing her next actually this morning. And I was just thinking about that because it's all about when we help each other. Everybody, we can ask somebody to say, people will say, "Oh, well, I know, you know, Grandma Sparky, and she's terrific. Why don't you take her course?" Or I say, "I know Sandra Dee, and she has invested so much of her heart and soul into teaching me how to be with, like the horse." Let me just say something about that for a second, and
Mhm.
that is, and we'll talk about our vision about rescue
Yes.
animals. But I will say this: when you talked about the horses just now, I brought to myself with the fact that it was Mother's Day. I don't know. I'm 82 now, so it's probably well over 45 years ago. Or, well, when it was Mother's Day, I always said to my kids, "Well, what do you want to do?" I didn't know how to like receive.
Right.
I always go, "I don't know. What do you need?" And they said they wanted to go horse riding. So I went, "Oh my God." And I was scared of height anyway. Okay, so now they put me on this giant horse and my kids take off with the guy slams it, right? And I'm galloping on this horse, scared out of my mind. My kids are I don't know where. My husband was I don't know where on the prairie or whatever. And the horse stops in the middle and I'm just looking around and I don't know how to get off and I'm crying.
That's not a good experience.
It wasn't. But the minute you talked about, and I thought, because you're in Texas, I thought, I've got to come out one day and visit you in Texas. And I
Yes.
get to have a really heartwarming experience because that horse deserved a better me in that moment.
But
I,
that happens to a lot of people. You were not the only one that had a terrifying trail experience. So it's
that's interesting because I haven't spoken about that for, I don't know, 40, 50 years or something like that. I don't remember how old I was at the time. But I want to talk about something that I was sharing with you and that you took that on with me and how we standing strong together as the community building leadership training that
Mhm.
I created that you are part of. It's 6 weeks, 2 hours a week on Zoom. Now we do it, um, and you get certified to teach what I teach. But inside of that, it's how do we make a difference together? Yes.
Yes.
And I said, when you talked about your connection to animals and to nature, I said, I have a dream that I want to see every dog and cat colors on them that say who I am makes a difference. And so that we can take care of our pets because they take care of us.
Yep.
And you took that on. Tell us more about rescue animals and so forth.
Yes. Well, first off, for the first many years that I do my retreats, now I do them kind of all over. It's not always my horses, but my horses, all of my animals essentially are rescues. So
Ah,
it applies to that, right? And then, by the way, I use the ceremony at the end of every one of my retreats.
oh, the blue ribbon ceremony.
It kind of I tie the ribbon
Yeah,
around the learnings of the day
that's
with
right.
that, and it's just extraordinary. So I'm very grateful to be able to incorporate it that way. So I've always been involved in saving animals, wildlife, domestic, everything. I've somehow or other always had my foot in it. And then I called you not too long ago and I said, I am now running an army. We call ourselves an army of volunteers for a local shelter. I'll oversimplify this for the story,
Right.
that really needed some improvement. And I said, here's the great thing. It had a terrible reputation moving up into this. We got our volunteers involved and they committed 100%. Wonderful hearts to these people. The department, the city is working with us and we're making huge changes. I actually have, if I get a chance, I can show you, because I pulled up a picture
Oh
of a
yeah, you
we
said you
have.
had something. I would love to.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
I
do that. Do I need to make you a co-host or anything?
I don't know. Let me see if I can share.
Okay,
And
because I don't
if
know.
I can't, there. Yeah. You
Oh,
you
make
see
it.
it?
I can. Let's see. Well, tell me, these all animals? Or
Yes. So our little facility, very small facility, and it was very run down. But since
yeah,
February, we've only been doing this since February. Do you
got
see
it.
what's in the middle there, by the way? I'm going to zoom in for you. But
Okay.
all of these dogs have found homes, forever homes since
Oh,
February.
wow.
That's a big deal because they did not have that reputation when we joined. And right in the center, do you see that? There's a blue ribbon.
Get out of here right
Yeah.
there.
So we are working on a way that we can, as we are moving forward with our plans for this facility and for there's a regional facility we're looking to do. So in other words,
Right.
all of the cities in my area will be bringing their animals to one location. In that location, it is my goal to be able to take those leaders that are training their volunteers and all of the exterior ones as well and train them in the blue ribbon ceremony so that when somebody adopts an animal in need, they get awarded that honor of who you are makes a difference. But they also take home an animal that has a collar, or we were talking about maybe bandana that says, who I am makes a
Who
difference,
I
meaning
am makes a difference. Yes.
the animal makes a difference as well. So people don't forget because there's an adjustment period when you bring any new critter into your home, right? I mean, it's like there's going to be some adjustment that has to be made, and that love, I think, will continue if they just get that reminder that yes, who they are makes a difference. And it's so true. If you own a dog or cat, you know they have personalities. They get through to our hearts, and they can show us things that we need to learn when we didn't know we needed to learn them. But
Right.
they're really an absolute blessing. And to be able to save a little soul, like we think we're up to 40 something, 43 dogs now. And for us, that's a big deal. Where we're moving, they home about 5 dogs a day. So there is the opportunity for 5 people to be honored and 5 dogs to walk out with a blue ribbon collar every single day from that facility. So hopefully we can do that and then expand it so that people have this awareness of honoring not just humans, which is extremely vital in the core of everything that we're doing, but also to animals and to the critters that are around us that support us every single day.
So what's so amazing is our logo has a ribbon wrapped around it, around the globe.
Yeah.
And what we don't realize, or I'll just say what I want to people to realize. In a moment, I'm going to honor you with this blue ribbon, and let you know how deeply you matter to me. Um, but I will say that everything starts with, imagine that the ribbon is a key that unlocks the door to the home inside of us.
Mm,
And where the purpose and the passion is has been crushed in the past
yep.
by not, you're reading and writing and arithmetic, but nobody's talking about what is your dream? How can we help you? What do you need?
Yep.
And a simple tool like this that takes 60 seconds or less of acknowledging somebody, it's what's missing in the world, but what it entertains and what it causes us to uh, glue together, bond together, to listen to each other's dreams,
Yep.
empower those dreams, and teach kids. Like right now, I am starting a new program besides Standing Strong Together, which we just got a donation from one of our, um, uh, Joan Greger, who's on our advisory, Blue Ribbon Advisory Council. And she said, I want to donate to have a teen come into the Standing Strong Together training. So she was
Awesome.
just on that this morning. So all of us are invested in how can we teach our young people
Yeah.
so that they can revitalize our planet,
Yes.
and know that instead of putting people down, they can empower people and build them up,
Mm-hmm.
and talk about dreams instead of you're crazy, you're dumb, you don't have enough time, money, you're not old enough, you're not whatever enough.
Right.
And instead of everybody walking around feeling I'm not enough yet, which we all do, by the way,
Yeah,
including me,
every one of us.
every
Every
one
one of
of
us.
us,
We're
in case you're
humans are
out there,
predestined to think that way. We are just programmed to be negatively biased on
we're
ourselves.
and
Yeah.
I will just say this, that when we are in school, We were graded by what we did wrong instead of what we did right. That a minus on the top. And if I did 7 right and 3 wrong, it's -3. I'm not
Yes.
enough yet. And without even thinking about that, it's been ingrained that we are not enough. Even if we get straight A's, I have been with people who have been on the front cover of the Wall Street Journal, the top attorney in the nation, who say, no matter how great I was never enough for my dad. And he would always say, yeah, but
Yeah.
you haven't done this enough. So I just want to let people know that you are enough and that we're all the same inside. And we just need to be around great people cheering us on, being good coaches, uh, discovering ourselves newly and newly. I'm a mentor, I'm a coach, you are, and we're all can do this together. So I have this Sandra Dee Robinson, I have a blue ribbon for you. And it says, who I am makes a difference. And I want to honor you for the generosity of your spirit of I can feel when you stroke the horses and you could feel that they calm us down.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
bring us to the moment of they don't ask for anything, they're just there for us to connect.
Yes.
And that you bring us to that and then you have that ability to um, encompass the business model inside of the heart first, figure it out so that you can be profitable. Yes.
Yes.
And would you accept this gift for being the most beautiful person to look at and feel in my heart? Would you accept this gift?
I greatly appreciate the opportunity to accept this gift. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You made my
See,
day.
not so easy sometimes for a lot of us to receive, by the way. And thank you for receiving graciously. And it goes above your heart, pointing
Hmm.
up toward all your greatest dreams coming true. And now we're going to do this together. So it's tradition for me to take the spark from my heart and place it in the cheerleaders in the ribbon. It's a sound that makes dreams come true. Now do this with me. We're going to snap 3 times. You're going to say, repeat after me, say, and a 1,
And a one,
and a 2,
a two,
and a
a
3.
three. Bing.
Bing. And every time you hear a bing, you'll know that the child within us just got our dream because we're hanging around awesome people. We're building people up instead of putting them down. We're cheering for each other's dreams and we're healing, we're uplifting and uniting and inspiring our planet so that uh, we just grow and glow together. And it's tradition for me to give you 2 extra ribbons to pay it forward. I invite everybody to go to
Yes.
blueribbons.org, BLUERIBBONS.org. Order ribbons. Be a part of our billion people being honored. I love you. God bless you. Have a
Thank you,
brilliant
my
day.
friend.
I can't
Thank you.
wait
Thank
for
you.
this to go on social media. Bye bye.
Bye.